Greetings for the day. Today we are going to discuss about disaster. The World Health Organization defines disaster as a sudden ecological phenomenon of a certain sufficient magnitude to require external assistance. A disaster is an event that overwhelms the resources of a region or a location where it occurs. And a hospital disaster may similarly be defined as an event that overwhelms the resources of the receiving hospital. A hospital disaster may be of any size and is not limited to mass casualty incidents. A single patient who ingested an organophosphorus pesticide may overwhelm the resources of a hospital if that hospital is not prepared to decontaminate external to the ED. A single patient with suspected smallpox or a single influential patient, such as a world leader or a celebrity, so may use so many ED resources that it affects the care of other patients. Whether an event is a disaster further depends on the time of the day, nature of the injuries, type of event, and amount of preparation time before the arrival of the patients. ED surge capacity, that is the ability of the ED to take care more patients than is typical, may be severely limited by the hospital overcrowding. When it appears that the normal procedures may be interrupted by an event, there must be policies and procedures in place to activate a disaster response, direct the mobilization of the personnel and equipment, and permit the rapid triage and assessment, stabilization, and definitive care of the patients. And now, the types of the disasters. So, there are several categories, but there are some categories that need to be discussed in respective hospital, which is referred to as external disasters that are occur at location that are physically separate from the hospital, such as transportation accident, industrial accident. An internal disaster is an event that occurs within the confines of the hospital. Bomb scare, laboratory accident involving radiologic agents, power failure. Disaster can be internal and external. So, with the mass casualty, like such as earthquake with mass casualties as well as damage to the internal hospital. So, we are going to discuss about the types of the disaster. The first one is the natural disaster. Natural disaster is caused by the naturally occurring event. Disaster occurring a naturally occurring event, that is such as earthquakes, tsunamis, tornadoes, hurricanes, typhoons, volcanic eruptions, pandemic, influenza. Now, second one is the man-made disaster, which is a non-natural but is not purposefully produced, such as vehicle crashes, such as accidents, so explosions, mass casualty events, and fires, industrial accident, etc. So, the third one is the purposefully produced to cause terror, that is terrorist-related disaster. You can remember, see, the 9/11 in 2001, where the World Trade Centers have been ransacked. Like the planes have been bombed into the directly the World Trade Center. It's a disaster by its own measure. So, and the fourth one is the internal disaster, and even that occurs within the hospital. Hazardous material spill in the hospital laboratory, fire or explosion within the hospital, power failure, etc. And the external disaster, and even that occurs external to the hospital, transportation accident, industrial accident, etc. And acute disaster, a disaster that occurs in a narrow and well-defined time frame, explosion, industrial release, earthquake, etc. And non-acute. Non-acute is a disaster with no well-defined start point or continuous production of casualties over a broad time frame, such as pandemic infectious diseases, which are currently we are in, such as coronavirus, and incremental release of biological toxins like anthrax and through mail. This can be considered as a non-acute disaster. Thank you for watching.